Stellantis CEO has just unleashed 5 models for 2026 that are creating a split so dramatic, enthusiasts can't agree on whether these vehicles represent progress or betrayal, from legendary nameplates returning in forms that might dishonor their heritage to pricing strategies that completely miss the mark. These announcements are forcing the automotive community to pick sides. If you've been watching Stellantis closely and wondering whether their 2026 lineup will deliver what buyers actually want, these 5 controversial models are about to answer that question, and the response might shock you. Number 5. Jeep Comanche. The Comanche name carries serious weight among Jeep loyalists. When Stellantis announced its return, enthusiasts initially celebrated. However, that excitement is quickly turning into anxiety as details emerge about what this modern interpretation will actually be. The original Comanche represented pure utility, a no-nonsense truck built on proven Jeep DNA that could tackle genuine work and serious trails. Fast forward to 2026, and the controversy centers on whether this new model will honor that legacy or simply wear the name as a marketing badge. Early indications suggest Stellantis will be designing this truck to meet contemporary market demands rather than staying true to the Comanche's rugged roots. Think about loading landscaping equipment on a Saturday morning or hauling camping gear for a backcountry trip. Original Comanche owners never worried about scratching fancy interior trim. They just threw their gear in the bed and got to work. That straightforward capability made the truck legendary. Now you'll be looking at modern creature comforts and technology packages exactly the opposite of what made the original appealing. Whether that's progress or betrayal depends entirely on which side you're on. But if you think the Comanche situation is messy, wait until you see what's happening with Ram's returning legend. Number 4. Ram Dakota. More than a decade has passed since the Dakota disappeared, and during its heyday, this was arguably the most exciting mid-sized truck you could buy. The availability of V8 power created a unique proposition that enthusiasts absolutely loved. So when Stellantis confirmed the Dakota is returning, the initial reaction was pure excitement. Finally, a legitimate competitor to the Tacoma Colorado and Ranger. But that enthusiasm is colliding with harsh reality. The new Dakota is going to be based heavily on the Gladiator platform, and that's where the controversy begins. Think about what this means. You're essentially getting a rebadged Gladiator with Ram styling and different trim options. The Gladiator starts around $38,000, and the Dakota is expected to land right in that same price range. Picture yourself at a dealership trying to explain to your spouse why you chose one over the other. The conversation becomes awkward when the only real differences are badge placement and exterior styling. The controversy deepens when you consider what enthusiasts were hoping for. They wanted a Dakota that would carve out its own identity, maybe with different powertrain options or distinctive capability. The original Dakota earned its reputation by offering things competitors didn't, like that available V8 that could tow your boat up steep mountain passes. Instead, they're getting corporate badge engineering, and that's tough to swallow when you're investing $40,000. The Dakota's pricing controversy is significant, but it pales in comparison to what Stellantis is planning with their compact truck entry. Number 3. Ram Rampage. After making its debut in South American markets, the Rampage is heading north to take on the Ford Maverick and Hyundai Santa Cruz. On paper, this makes perfect sense. The compact truck market is exploding. Ram sees an opportunity to capture market share in a segment it currently doesn't compete in. The execution is creating significant controversy. The Rampage is bringing the right formula: unibody construction, efficient powertrains, and genuine utility. It checks all the boxes that made the Maverick such a success. But there's one massive problem threatening to derail the entire strategy: pricing. Current estimates suggest the Rampage is going to start well over $30,000. Compare that to the Maverick, which still starts well under $30,000, and you're looking at a price premium of more than $5,000. Here's what that means. You're a homeowner who needs something to haul mulch from the garden center, pick up lumber for weekend projects, and still get decent fuel economy. The Maverick delivers all of that while keeping your monthly payment reasonable. The Rampage is asking you to stretch your budget significantly for similar capability, and in a segment where affordability is the primary selling point, that gap is absolutely devastating. The controversy isn't just about the window sticker, it's about what that pricing reveals about Stellantis' understanding of this market segment. Buyers are prioritizing value and practicality over features. By positioning the Rampage as a premium entry, Stellantis is gambling that buyers will pay extra for the Ram badge. But if the Maverick's success teaches us anything, it's that this segment rewards affordability above nearly everything else. At least the Rampage is a new model trying to find its place. The next vehicle is destroying an established icon. Number 2. Next generation Dodge Durango. The current Durango has been around for what feels like forever, and everyone agrees a redesign is desperately overdue. This SUV has carved out a unique position as the last bastion of traditional American muscle in the three-row segment. With available V8 power and aggressive styling, the Durango appeals to buyers who refuse to accept the vanilla crossover approach. The 2026 redesign is about to change all of that. The controversy centers on whether Stellantis is abandoning the very characteristics that made the Durango special. Early indications suggest the new model will prioritize modern design over muscular presence. Think smoother lines and styling that emphasizes sophistication rather than strength. For buyers who loved the current Durango because it looked aggressive, this shift feels like betrayal. The powertrain situation is generating even more heat. The next generation Durango is expected to rely heavily on small displacement hybrid powertrains, with some variants possibly going fully electric. What makes this particularly divisive is the timing. At a moment when most manufacturers are rushing toward electrification, the Durango was one of the last holdouts offering traditional V8 performance in a practical family package. The new Durango might be more efficient and technologically advanced, but it's risking alienation of loyal buyers who chose Durango specifically because it was different. Still, even that controversy looks mild compared to what Stellantis has already unleashed with the most divisive vehicle of them all. Number 1. Jeep Cherokee. The 2026 Jeep Cherokee hasn't just arrived. It detonated a controversy bomb that's still sending shockwaves through the automotive community. This redesigned model represents such a dramatic departure that it's forcing everyone to question what the nameplate even means. Start with the styling, which abandons any meaningful connection to the beloved XJ Cherokee. Just like the already forgotten previous generation, the new model trades those iconic boxy proportions for smooth, contemporary crossover lines that could belong to almost any manufacturer. Jeep designers claim they've incorporated XJ design cues, but enthusiasts are struggling to identify them. What you're left with is an attractive crossover and absolutely nothing like a Cherokee should be. The mechanical changes cut even deeper. This is Jeep's first Cherokee built without available four-wheel drive or a two-speed transfer case. Instead, you're getting standard all-wheel drive that can send up to 50% of power rearward. Imagine heading to a cabin on a snowy mountain road or navigating a muddy trail. Traditional Cherokee owners never questioned whether their truck could handle the conditions. They just pointed it where they needed to go. That confidence came from genuine four-wheel drive with low-range gearing. The new system might handle light trails, but it's fundamentally designed for soccer practice rather than serious adventure. The powertrain is generating the most passionate debates. A hybrid setup based on a 1.6-liter turbocharged four-cylinder paired with an electric motor and CVT delivers 210 horsepower and impressive fuel economy of around 42 miles per gallon in the city. Those efficiency numbers are genuinely impressive, but they're coming at the expense of everything that made a Cherokee feel like a Jeep. Real-world testing is revealing the extent of the compromise. On maintained trails that barely qualify as off-road, the Cherokee is already struggling with traction and ground clearance. The underbody cladding is peeling away, and the overall experience feels more like a Subaru Outback than a Jeep Cherokee. The starting price of nearly $37,000 adds another layer of controversy. You're being asked to pay premium money for a vehicle positioned as an efficient crossover rather than a capable off-road machine. Competitors are offering similar efficiency and better value. What they're not offering is the Cherokee name, and that's precisely what makes this so divisive. Stellantis is trading on decades of credibility but delivering a product that doesn't live up to the expectations that name creates. Stellantis is betting its future on these 5 models, but the strategy reveals a fundamental disconnect between what the company thinks buyers want and what loyal customers are actually asking for. From the Comanche and Dakota's overlapping positioning to the Rampage's pricing miscalculation, from the Durango's identity crisis to the Cherokee's abandonment of its heritage, these vehicles represent a company chasing modern trends while abandoning the characteristics that made these nameplates legendary. Whether you see this as a necessary evolution or an unforgivable betrayal will determine which side you're on. And that's exactly why these 5 models are tearing the automotive community apart. The thing is that today's automotive market is changing rapidly, and Stellantis is far from being the only automaker that brings controversy. If you've been considering Toyota trucks, make sure to check out our video about the controversial changes on the 2026 Tundra. Just like in Stellantis, the Japanese automaker brings novelties that aren't always ultimately accepted.